Hey guys, Dan Heilman back with another video. Today we're going to be talking about the market, which is literally on fire. But as Warren Buffett says, when others are fearful, you should be greedy. When others are greedy, you should be fearful. So there's a lot of red in the market. There's a lot of sales on coins. I think the sentiment is, going down a lot, even though fear and greed for some reason says we're still in greed. I don't even know how this is physically possible. Let's go through some of the altcoins where they're at. This does say multifactorial crypto market sentiment analysis. So I think it weighs Bitcoin in mostly, and then other altcoins. Because, Bitcoin, we're only down what? We pulled back about 10%. Right now, we're about 9.8%. But if you look at other coins, even Ethereum now from the high is down. What do we got here? 25%. BNB is down 18%. If we go to Solana, we're down 28%. But if you're looking at things like render, let's go to the daily chart. What are these down? These are down 62% for render. FET is down 75%. AVAX, what is AVAX down? 53%. So we're getting absolutely destroyed in the altcoin market, but there is a lot of sales. There's no major breakdown or, in my mind, I'm not packing up and going home. That's for sure. We have a lot of good news, macro news, and I think this is just straight up market manipulation. So let me pull up some stuff to kind of prove that to you, and let's talk about it. Here we go. I posted this yesterday on Twitter, or I guess I reposted it and added my little whatever, but basically I'm just like, when news is uber bullish, but the price only goes down, I assumed there was market manipulation. This gentleman here on X, who has no name, I was the lead market maker at Jump. I'm no longer under NDA. Typically, when you see moves during the weekend like this, it is pure market manipulation. It was one of the tactics I invented during the low volume moments. We would load up and pay attention to the crypto Twitter as a source of sentiment with specific accounts organized in specific categories. One thing I used to do is basically nuking a new 4-hour candle on Bitcoin or ETH, which was an easy trap. Smart traders knew we'll eventually revisit those wickless candles, so it is good bait. They end up capitulating before we reverse. Bottom shorters get comfortable here too. Anyways, I can't give away too much. Most of these bad price action you're seeing is a group of whales sitting in a chat room together and merely oil painting on charts. My alias was Vincent Van Gogh, and that isn't because I lost my mind. Well, that too, but because I painted some of the best looking bear traps. I know an influence painter copying my work when I see one. Stay safe, retar Theo. Okay, so that's kind of what I'm thinking is going on as well, right? So we have all this bullish news. Everyone's talking about Bitcoin and crypto in the markets. Now, the only thing of actual kind of bad news was tariffs, but why would tariffs be negative for cryptocurrency? That's the question I ask myself, right? So like Bitcoin, even Bitcoin selling off here, but why? Why would Bitcoin care about tariffs? I think it's just it's decoupled or has not yet decoupled from the S&P 500. We'll see what the S&P 500 opens on Monday. Let's look at the US dollar, which is now rallying in terms. This also does not help, right? So when the US dollar, this is the last week. So you can see we had a nice little high and we pulled back about 2%, but now we're blasting back up. Not really blasting, but you get the point. It's going up. So when US dollar goes up, since it's the denominator of all our currencies we're trading, that means that that asset goes down, right? So it's inverse relationship if you don't know that. And then if we look at the SPY, you can see once these tariffs were announced, we did see a big candle, but not a massive candle. Right back here on December 18th, it was a much bigger candle at 3%. This one was only 1.2%, so nothing crazy. When we open back up on Monday, I'm sure we're going to be lower. We have MSTR that is also barely holding this here. We were basically had this massive high, and then now we're still down about 40%, 37% from the high for MicroStrategy. So that's been unfortunate. He's been basically buying as much Bitcoin as possible. So we might see the price pump again on this one. I think we should be able to hit the high. I'm hoping. There have been cycles where MSTR has topped before Bitcoin. So we'll see what happens here. Bitcoin still only, this is the stock version, FBTC, the ETF version, I should say. Still only down 6%. So I'm sure this number will go down once we open, unless something big happens today. Who knows? We are retesting some of these levels here. I have some white lines on the chart just to kind of show some of these previous support and resistance areas. We're cruising down not super quickly for Bitcoin, but yeah, we'll see what happens here. Let me extend some of these lines. What do we got going on here? We could potentially be seeing some retest of that. We have already gone past this one here. So we're kind of in this zone here, and there's a couple more support lines. So if we break this 98,500, we're going to probably revisit this 97,400, and then below that is 96,700. If we get all the way into this green box down here at 91,600, I think we would see a massive bounce every time we've kind of come into this green bar area. We've seen some very big boosts, especially once you get, hit 90,000. You can see when we hit 90,000 for the first time, we basically just launched up 23%. So yeah, we'll see what happens here. I'm not too worried. Thankfully, all of my leverage, I am still basically all in. So if we pull up Bitunix, I am still basically all in, even on leverage trading. Now, thankfully, Bitunix has the mixed margin mode where I can just store a lot of my spot holdings here and I can trade against those, right? So I don't have to hold only USDT, which, basically doesn't really go up or down. Just kind of hangs out pegged to the dollar. So I am a huge fan of this, and I think it's really nice. All you have to do is basically hold any of these 8 assets here, and you can use them to trade. I am down $9,000 right now, probably even more. But yeah, so it's been quite brutal, but I am still continuing to stack into my leverage position. So XRP, I'm down 12%, Sol down 5%, DOT down 20%. I should have waited a little bit on DOT. This one definitely gets scared out of the market very quickly. But it had double bottomed over Bitcoin if you saw my last video, so that's why I opened a position on that one. Litecoin, ETH, AVAX, we're down on all of these. My SPX position is down a lot. I'm down 60%, about 7 grand. A little bit ago, it was about 9 grand I was down. So I'm continuing to add to a lot of my leverage positions, even though we have been going down. We have to go really low for me to get liquidated. You can see my estimated liquidation price is 0.05 for SPX. And if we go down to Bitcoin, my estimated liquidation price is 25,000 because I have a lot of spot on here and I'm using the mixed margin multi-asset mode they call here. So if you want to sign up for Bitunix, use the link below. I'm all in, man. I'm still all in. So I'm not cutting any of my positions short. I have no stop losses on most of these positions because I do have a lot of spot in here. So my margin is quite high. And as you can see, it would take a lot for me to get liquidated. So I continue to add on dips. I will take some more profits as we move up. I'm just waiting for kind of a bigger move because I think we're going to get there. Now, let me pull up into the cryptoverse and talk about where we are in terms of the cycle. All right, in terms of the cycle bottom, we are basically right in line with market cycle 3 and market cycle 4. So basically what this means is we're right in line with some of the other cycles. This is the ROI, return on investment. I don't know why that took me so long to think of that. ROI, return on investment. Here we go. So basically we're very low on it and we have a lot to go, right? So right now we're at a, what is that? What is that number there? That is a 6. About a 6, and you can see here, I guess I need to go right here. Yeah, we're about a 6, and some of the other cycles were about a 15. So a 15x, right? Return on investment from the bottom. Now, if we look at some more, let's go ROI after the halving. So you can see we're actually, if we look at the halving, I think this is a nice chart. You can see that we're actually the lowest we've been. We're only a 1.5 for the halving. Now, we did make a new all-time high. I I think before the halving this time. So that's obviously going to make that a little bit different. But if history repeats at all as it has in the past, we're going to see some very big numbers at this time. So it's going to be interesting. If we look at the altcoin season index, we're kind of just hanging out in the middle still. I am of the opinion that we will still see a altcoin season. I don't think it's over for that. Bitcoin dominance is almost trying to retest 60%, but you can see it. If we continue to go down here, that means that we will be putting in a lower high, which will be strong for people who hold altcoins. If we go look at the others market, we are just sitting at support right now. So we saw a big drop, quite a big drop, honestly. This was quite a big drop for the entire market, about 10%. So quite a big drop. We were breaking out. And then, of course, the market manipulators had to step in and destroy everything. But we are sitting right at a critical support. So we've even kind of wicked below a little bit. So I don't know. Is this the biggest dump we'll see? Hopefully. We don't know. We could continue to dump for a while, but I think it's far from over. I think we will continue to see a huge outperforming market in cryptocurrencies. I am not worried that this is the end. I'm not considering taking money out. If anything, I'm putting more money in right now. And yeah, I mean, we even have Trump right now, his fund buying whatever, $5 million of Ethereum every day. I think Ethereum is going to run pretty hard. It was almost out, man. I made that video yesterday. I mean, we were breaking out on the way to glory, and then boom, tariffs, big sell-off. You know, now we might get into some sort of a tariff war. But honestly, maybe this is what's needed to convince the Fed to start cutting rates again, right? I mean, if we see a huge sell-off in the stock market, in the crypto market, just big sell-offs everywhere, who knows? Maybe that's what we need to end quantitative tightening, go into quantitative easing, lower interest rates. And that's really when we see these high risk assets start to flourish. So again, when everyone is greedy, you should be fearful. When everyone is fearful, you should be greedy. I am continuing to put money into the market right now. I won't be permanently putting in the market the whole year or anything like that. But yeah, that's what's going on. Hope you guys enjoyed the video. If you did, hit the like, hit the subscribe button. Feel free to sign up for Bitunix or BTCC. I have a link below. I'm trying out a new exchange, getting that all set up, and I will make a video on that soon. So that's it for the video. Hope you guys enjoyed it. Have a great day, great weekend, everyone. Happy Sunday. That's it. See you guys.